morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at a new Falinks. Now, look, I have made absolutely no secret of my love for Falinks. I think Falinks is awesome as a Pokemon. I think the Falinks we had before is a really fun, interesting card, and I think the Falinks V we had was a really fun, interesting card. Also, I played against someone online the other day that was playing just a quad Falinks V deck, but really relying on Falinks V. I played the other one, really relying on Falinks V, and they played around with Stone Fighting Energy and B, and I'm not embarrassed to say, I got destroyed. It was such a fun deck. I don't know how competitive it is really moving forward. I was testing Donphan, so I wasn't, playing my best deck. But oh my goodness, I could not KO anything. It was so much fun. But there's a new Falinks coming, and it is a Rapid Strike Falinks. And bearing in mind I have planted my flag in Camp Rapid Strike, so when you're giving me a really cool Pokemon like Falinks and it's a Rapid Strike, I'm excited for this. I want to love it. Translation, of course, in the lovely Antoine Boulet. By now, you probably should be guessing these things. And if we start off having a little bit of a look at the basics of Falinks, it's not, it's not phenomenal. 110 HP is fine. And to be fair, it's 20 more than the other Falinks, so yay! It's got a retreat cost of 2, which means you get free retreat with Air Balloon, which is nice, and a weakness to Psychic, so, you got stuff running around like Mewtwo and Mewstill that will get a very easy KO, but then by the same token, you got 110 HP. Weakness shouldn't be something you're all that worried about. Being a fighting Pokemon, however, is amazing. You've got the aforementioned Stone Fighting Energy to reduce damage done to you. You've got Martial Arts Dojo to do extra damage if you're using Basic Fighting Energy. You've got Karate Belt that you can use if you're behind on prizes to reduce your attack cost by 1 Fighting Energy. And you're hitting weakness on Eternatus, which is good. Pikachu and Zekrom. And Crobat. It really is, it's the best weakness in the game right now, alright? It is the best weakness to be hitting in the game. So, this is something you really want to be loving. It's a fighting Pokemon. Fighting is awesome. But wait, it's also a Rapid Strike Pokemon. More on that as we go through. I should probably tell you what the attack does. 1 fighting, 1 colorless energy, Rapid Strike formation. This attack does 20 damage for each of your Rapid Strike Pokemon in play. So here, clearly your goal needs to be get 6 Rapid Strike Pokemon in play, and you're hitting 120 damage for a single energy attachment on a single strike basic Pokemon. Single prize, Rapid Strike. Bearing in mind, you are hitting the best weakness in the game. Wait a second, Wassy. Single energy attachment? What are you jibber-jabbering about? Well, that's what Rapid Strike Energy is. Rapid Strike Energy is a card that can only be attached to a Rapid Strike Pokemon, and it provides 2 water/fighting energy. So you attach this to Falinks, and Falinks is attacking in one go. And as far as I'm concerned, this Falinks is an absolute slam dunk must play, at least as a one-off, in every single Rapid Strike deck moving forward. And I really don't see much of an argument to the contrary, unless every Pokemon with fighting weakness goes away, which I suppose could happen when we rotate in September 2022, but I think we're looking a bit far in the future there. Because if you're playing a Rapid Strike deck, you're going to be playing Rapid Strike Energy. Why would you not? It's too good. And if you're playing Rapid Strike Energy, then you've got a Pokemon here that is 1 space in your deck. It's a single prize Pokemon, it's a basic Pokemon, and you can just attach a single energy, and all of a sudden you're hitting for 120 damage. Now, this is good against single prize Pokemon. There's a lot, I talk a lot about doing 120 versus 130. All those Pokemon that only have 120, you'll be KOing. Plus, then you got all of those support Pokemon, etc. Lots of single prizes are going down. But then, you've got to think about the weakness. What's that? 120 times 2 of weakness? 240? Wow! That's exactly how much you need to get a KO on Pikachu and Zekrom. You'll easily get Crobat. You'll easily get Dedenne. You'll easily get Eternatus V. You won't get Eternatus V Max, unfortunately. But remember, you're a basic Pokemon. Which means if you're against an Eternatus deck, and you go second, and you'll want to go second, they have a turn, and if you can find a Rapid Strike Energy, and you can find 6 Rapid Strike Pokemon, then you get a KO on Eternatus V before they get a chance to V Max. This is a phenomenal card. I don't think you're going to be making a Falinks deck for what it's worth. I think, generally speaking, 120 is not going to be enough in a lot of matchups. What I'm saying is that because it's so easily paid with a single energy attachment, and because you're hitting a great weakness, and you're hitting an amount of damage which is super convenient for taking out single prize Pokemon, it becomes a really good play. It should be a tech in every Rapid Strike deck. It shouldn't be the be-all and end-all. For what it's worth, I mean, I've told you I'm making a Mean Shao deck. I don't know if I want to play this in Mean Shao. I'm just giving you an example here of one where you might not want to play it. Mean Shao, remember, hits for 90 and confuses and then goes into your deck. And then you got to bring it back out again. But what you don't want to do is fill your... you might, I suppose. I don't know. It depends. If you want to fill your bench every turn, then yeah, fine. This will still be a decent tech because you're still hitting an extra 30 damage. An extra 30 damage is good. So, to be honest, I probably will play it in Mean Shao anyway. So maybe this isn't the best example. My point is, it is a great one-of in all these Rapid Strike decks. And another Rapid Strike Pokemon we should mention here is probably Octillery. Now, remember that Octillery is a very nice card. Lets you search for a Rapid Strike card and put it into your hand. Which means you can search out your Falinks, or you can search out your Rapid Strike Energy. And do remember that we have Mustard, and Mustard basically works like Archie's, but for a Rapid Strike Pokemon rather than fighting, so you can legitimately get a Turn 1 Octillery, which is huge if you're trying to get the Turn 1 attack with Falinks to really jump ahead in the prize race, because essentially what you do here is empty out your hand except for Mustard, play Mustard, hopefully you've got an Octillery in the discard pile, and then you play Octillery, draw till you've got 5 cards in your hand, and then you've still got Octillery's ability to search for any Rapid Strike card. Yes! I love this Falinks. Not as its own deck, but in terms of just rolling around in a Rapid Strike deck as a one-off hitting a great weakness, loving it. Absolutely loving it. Now, if we try and combine it with the other Falinks, it doesn't work so well. I mean, Falinks V takes, well, all of your Pokemon that have Falinks in their name take 20 less damage from your opponent's attacks, which is awesome. So you can use Falinks V to give more bulk to this Falinks, but that means you're playing a non-Rapid Strike Pokemon, which is taking 20 damage off the board, so I'm not loving it. Falinks from Rebel Clash, you do 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon with Falinks in its name. But again, this isn't a Rapid Strike Pokemon. There is a weird kind of deck, which I am not actually suggesting you make, where you basically play just single prize Falinks, and you play all 4 of your Team Attack Falinks and a couple of Rapid Strike ones, and as your Falinks, the Team Attack ones, get KO'd, you transition to Rapid Strike. But no. What is far more important, though, is that if you are playing this Falinks, the Team Attack one, you can now legitimately play 6 single prize Falinks without having to put your 2 prize V on the bench. Now, your 2 prize V is going to protect you and mean you take less damage. That is something to consider. But if you just want 6 Falinks out and no 2 prize Pokemon, you now can do it. Your Rapid Strike Falinks is only going to have 1 attack, which isn't going to do very much because you're not filling out your bench of Rapid Strike Pokemon. But if you just want to use Team Attack, this will work very, very nicely indeed. Now, there is another way to try and use Falinks outside of Rapid Strike Energy, but it's awkward. It really relies on being behind on prizes and using Karate Belt, Martial Arts Dojo, and a basic fighting energy. Because if you're behind on prizes, then Karate Belt will bring you down to a single energy attack. And then Fighting Energy will pay that attack. And because you've got a basic fighting on, Martial Arts Dojo will let you do an extra 40 damage, which means you're now hitting 160, which is awesome. And then you're up to 320 with weakness. Still not enough to KO an Eternatus VMAX, which is really sad, but you're very, very close at this stage. And then we're kind of cooking, ladies and gentlemen. There is a route to play this with just some fighting tricks in a Rapid Strike deck, but I think really the main use for this is just going to be, it is a 1 or 2 of in a Rapid Strike deck, because you're playing Rapid Strike Energy, and it's a basic Pokemon that can do a surprise 120 out of nowhere and hit a great weakness. I'm giving Falinks 4 Wassies. I really like it. There is a way to use it with the Falinks from Rebel Clash, but I don't think it's the best way to play it. There is a way to play it with fighting tricks like the aforementioned Martial Arts Dojo and Karate Bout, but I'm not sure that's the best way to play it. Honestly, I think the best thing you can do here is just tech this into a Rapid Strike deck and have a really good surprise attacker. But I'd like to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.